The Basement War Room presents Sun Tzu Ponders Afghanistan, a video series in which John LeMay reflects on his experiences in Afghanistan by reading The Art of War by Sun Tzu.
Okay, I've talked about Sun Tzu saying stay away from protraction, Mao saying use it, and how it affected us in these wars. Now let's look at the elements of national power. The reason I'm jumping into the elements of national power, because as you heard me read from Chapter 2 of The Art of War by Sun Tzu, he's talking about the economy. He's not saying, hey, to wage an extended war, build many supply bases. He's saying, don't do it because it's going to drain your national revenues. It's going to tax the people. So he's talking the bigger picture, the element of national power that's economics. So Joint Publication 1 expresses U.S. military doctrine in this area and says that national power is diplomacy, information, military, and economics. DIME. There's no picture in Joint Pub 1, but when I read it and imagine it in my head, it looks like this. It looked like diplomacy, information, military, economics sort of working side by side in a line of effort sort of way here. I don't think that's the most useful model. Instead, what I like to think about is a pyramid model. And the first layer of the pyramid, though, is geography. So I'm adding geography to this. Because the difference between the U.S. today losing the Iraq and Afghanistan wars and a Chinese state in a warring state period losing a war is geography. We have the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans to prevent any near-peer competitor from exploiting our weakness following these two wars and attacking us in the homeland. So we can lose wars and still be very secure at home because of our geography. Economics builds on geography. Sea lines of communication, rivers, natural resources, all that are foundational for economics. So economics is next, it builds on geography. And then as Sun Tzu writes in Chapter 2, military strength, the military element of national power, is dependent on the economic one. I mean, he clearly talks about how you have to have the proper financial resources to go to war, to have an expeditionary force, and what it'll cost you at home if you do that in terms of economics. So economics supports the military element of national power. Economics and the military element support diplomacy, because without some economic benefit or economic consequences or military consequences, really our diplomats have nothing to talk to other nations about. Diplomacy is predicated on a nation's economic and military power. And then finally, information is predicated on all the above, or all the below there. And a good example of that is going back to Osama bin Laden and the attacks against New York City. Before 9/11, Osama bin Laden and Al-Qaeda and Zakari wrote extensively about, hey, Muslims, come together, fight the far enemy, join us, be part of Al-Qaeda. And very few did. No one paid much attention to him. All the information he put out, all of that was pretty much ignored. Then they executed 9/11, they destroyed the World Trade Center, and all of a sudden flocks came to them. And so it wasn't what they said, it was what they did that was an effective information operation. In the same manner, the national power of information is predicated on what we do diplomatically, what we do militarily, and what we can do with our economy. So information's built on that pyramid. So I see the DIME model is DIME G in pyramid form. And Sun Tzu takes us there. He focuses on economics in Chapter 2, but he definitely acknowledges that there's more to power than just the military element.
The mission of the Basement War Room is to transmit the lessons of the Afghanistan and Iraq wars to the current and future generations. To contribute to this mission, join the Basement War Room's newsletter at thebasementwarroom.com and receive all the notes to the Sun Tzu Ponders Afghanistan video series, over 50 pages. Thank you to all the Kickstarter backers who helped bring this project to life.